Alright, guys, the final part, guys. Are you really so interesting? Yes. Obviously. That's a good deal. This is part three. So this is the final part. So what? That's a good deal from Natalie Portman. If Natalie Portman gets greedy and she wants like 40 million, I'm like, Natalie, you're not as big as guys like Chris Hemsworth and Mark Wahlberg and Will Smith or Dwayne Johnson. I'm not gonna pay you $40 million. You're not worth it. $34 million is good enough, but you don't make this now. In Hollywood, you make your I don't know, your 7, 8, 10 million for your movies. I'm paying you $34 million in bonuses in your salary. I'm giving you 0.1% of the profits, which is like $30, $40 million in royalties. And Natalie Portman signed her massive, I don't know, $74, $75 million deal. Money that she'll never make in Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? If Chris Hemsworth gets greedy and he wants 0.2, I'm like, Chris, you're not as big as what? You're not as big as what? Dwayne Johnson, Will Smith. I'm not going to pay you 0.2%. 0.1% is good enough, obviously. If Chris Hemsworth is worth like 200 plus million, then I'll pay him. I'll pay him 0.2%. I'll give him zero. The only ones who are worth 0.2% plus are the ones who are worth 200 plus $1 million. Those guys are worth their 0.2, 0.3, but 0.3 is rare. The only ones who are going to get their 0.3 are the guys who are big, man. Guys like Keanu Reeves, Tom Cruise, Brad Pitt. You know what I'm saying? Um, you know what I'm saying? Those guys. You know what I'm saying? Those are the kind of actors who are worth that. Tom Hanks, those are the actors who are worth 0.3 because they're really, really big, man. Whereas guys like Leonardo DiCaprio, Samuel Jackson, and Washington, those guys are big, but they're not as big as Will Smith and Dwayne Johnson. Those guys, you give them 0.2. So if Chris Hemsworth is worth 200 plus million, I'll give him 0.2%, and I'll pay him more. I'll pay him like 40, 23, $24 million salary, and I'd pay him his 16 million bonus. Chris Hemsworth. But chances are he might be worth less. He might be worth maybe 190 in 15 years from now. He's only worth like 130 million, Chris Hemsworth, around there. In 15 years, he'll be pushing that 200 million range, or he might be worth maybe 190, 185 maybe, Chris Hemsworth. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, if he is, which he most likely will, I'll give him 0.1. If he's chosen, I'll pay him like $37 million. And Mark Wahlberg, I'll pay him 36, 37. I'll pay him 36. Mark Wahlberg is not as big as Chris Hemsworth. Actually, no, he is bigger than Chris Hemsworth. Well, he's just as big as Chris Hemsworth, pretty much, right? Yeah. But Chris Hemsworth has value because he did Marvel for like 10 plus years now. He has a lot of value, you know what I'm saying? I told you, Chris Hemsworth, when you watch this video, Natalie Portman, I'm saying Will Smith, Dwayne Johnson, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, Denzel Washington, Hayden Christensen, Tom Holland, you guys already know, Tom Hiddleston, you guys already know if you're chosen. You can see future. You know if you're chosen for that movie or not. High chance some of these guys aren't chosen. Tom Holland might be chosen. Hayden Christensen, Natalie Portman, Chris Hemsworth, perhaps. Mark Wahlberg, obviously. Ivan, who do you think is better for surviving the island? Chris Hemsworth or Mark Wahlberg? That's tough, man. Something tells me Mark Wahlberg is better, but something also tells me Chris Hemsworth is better too. I can picture them both surviving on. Tom Hiddleston's really good for that movie too, because he did King Kong, and he's really, really good for the Island movie. Obviously, Tom Holland did Uncharted. Obviously, yeah, they're really, really good for that movie. Obviously, Hey Christians, I can picture him surviving the island too. He's pretty good for that movie too. Obviously, right? Whereas Will Smith and Dwayne Johnson are perfect for the captain on the boat. That's why I'm gonna have those two guys compete for the job. Okay, one of you guys will get the role. I'm gonna have you guys read your lines. Read your lines and what and what. Even though Will Smith, Ivan, are you fucking crazy? Choose Will Smith. Yes, Will Smith is a better actor than Dwayne Johnson, but you can argue Dwayne Johnson has a stronger presence on the screen than Will Smith. You can also argue Will Smith because Will Smith has a stronger presence on the screen too, though. Because when you see Will Smith, you're like, holy shit, you know what I'm saying? This is Will Smith. You know what I'm saying? Will Smith has a big presence. He has a big presence on the screen, man. Ivan, which actor do you think has the strongest presence on the screen in Hollywood? In my opinion, the actor who has the strongest presence on the screen in Hollywood is probably, I'd say, Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves. I think Keanu Reeves has the strongest presence on the screen out of all the actors in Hollywood. There's something about Keanu Reeves that's like when you see him on the screen, he just what? He has a strong presence on the screen. And second, I'd probably say Will Smith and Dwayne Johnson, those two guys, obviously. But Dwayne Johnson has a very strong presence on the screen. But the problem with Dwayne Johnson, he's not the best. He's not the best skilled actor. You see what I'm saying? He has a strong presence on the screen. He's very iconic. He sells movies, obviously, but he's not the greatest skilled actor. You see what I'm saying? Whereas Will Smith, he has a strong presence on the screen. But you can argue Dwayne Johnson has a stronger presence than Will Smith. You can also argue Will Smith has a stronger presence than Dwayne Johnson. But at least Will Smith has the best of both worlds. He's an amazing actor, skilled actor, and he's also very iconic. And Keanu Reeves is also very iconic, and he's also a very skilled actor too. You see what I'm saying? But I think Keanu Reeves has a stronger presence than Will Smith and Dwayne Johnson. Keanu Reeves, there's something about him, his presence on the screen, he just destroys the role. And you see him in John Wick, there's something about Keanu Reeves that stands out from all the other actors when you watch him, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He stands out, you know what I'm saying? You can argue Will Smith has a stronger presence than Keanu. I'd say Will Smith and Keanu Reeves and Dwayne Johnson, those three guys. And Tom Cruise. Those are the four actors who I think have the strongest presence in Hollywood. Iconic. They're very iconic actors, obviously. But I personally think Keanu Reeves steals the show, man. Out of all the actors in Hollywood, I think he's the guy, man. There's a reason why he's worth more than what Will Smith and Dwayne Johnson. He's bigger than them, man. Keanu Reeves is even bigger than Will Smith. Yeah, man, he's bigger than him. He's bigger than Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise is just as big as him, actually. Tom Cruise is worth like 300 plus million too, yeah. Obviously. But it's debatable, right? But yeah, you're going to see how hard Chris Hemsworth and like Mark Wahlberg are going to compete for that job. You're going to see how hard Dwayne Johnson and Will Smith are going to compete for the job too. They want that job badly. They want to work for me so bad. They want to be saved, obviously. High chance one of those guys are chosen for my Hidden Vat movie. You're looking at amazing for that. Obviously. Who's a good woman to compete with Natalie Portman for the Hidden Vampire movie? I'm trying to think here. Yeah, Kate Beckinsale is a smaller ace actor though. That's the thing though. Who's a good woman to compete with what? Natalie Portman. There's Kate Blanchett. I don't know all these women's names, man. Kate Blanchett. You have what? All these women who can. I'm not like Natalie. I'm not just gonna hand you the role, man. I want you competing with these women actors. I'm gonna tell Jon Favreau, look, guys. I'm gonna tell Jon Favreau, look, guys. I'm considering Natalie Portman for the role of one of the couples. I'm considering Chris Hemsworth and Mark Wahlberg. I want them reading the reels. I want them competing for the job, and I'm gonna see who's better for the role. Have Jon Favreau. I want you guys. Once they send the reels, I want you guys showing me the reels, and I'm gonna choose who's better. Is Chris Hemsworth better or Mark Wahlberg? I'm gonna have to talk this with my team, obviously. Who is better? Natalie Portman, Kate Blanchett, Kate Beckinsale. Who do you think is better? Angelina Jolie. Who do you think is better for the role? Who do you think is better, Dwayne Johnson or Will Smith? You know what I'm saying? Who do you think is better? I don't know, Ivan. Dwayne Johnson has the muscle. You know what I'm saying? He has that iconic presence on the screen, obviously. It sells movies. He'll build a lot of buzz, obviously. But, man, Will Smith is Will Smith, man. Will Smith is Will Smith. He says Will Smith is like the best of the best in Hollywood. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And who are you going to choose? I don't know. I might choose Dwayne Johnson. Somebody tells me I might choose Dwayne Johnson or I might choose Will Smith. I don't know. It's hard. Because Dwayne Johnson has muscle. He'll be really, really good for that movie, man. You're looking at an amazing movie for that, man. We survive on the island with the vampires. Yeah, look at him, man. 600, like, 7-minute movie I'm making for, man. You know what I'm saying? My final offer for Dwayne Johnson, I'll give him, I'll pay him $50 million. I won't pay him as much as Will Smith because Will Smith is special. That's why I'm paying him. Like I'm even willing to go over the cap. Wayne Johnson, I'll pay him like 40. I'll pay him 50. I'll pay him 30 salary and 20 million bonus. If it depends how much he's worth. If he's worth 400 million by then, I'll pay him 50. If he's only worth like 80 by then, I'll pay him Keanu Reeves salary. I'll pay him 27 and I'll pay him a 20 per hour bonus. See what I'm saying? I'll pay him 26 million or some of that, and $20 million bonus. A bit less. 20 million. Instead of 20.9, I'll pay him 20, and I'll pay him a 26 million salary. And I'll give him 1.5 million royalty check, and I'll give him 0.3% of the profits, Dwayne Johnson. Which is a good, like, I don't know, $80, $100 million royalty. That's a good paycheck for him, obviously. And Will Smith, I'll pay him 32, 20.9, 1.5, and 0.3. That's a good deal for him. Commercial money, gift card, $3,500 gas. It's a good paycheck for Will Smith, obviously. Obviously, right? That's a good paycheck for them, obviously. Yeah, so forget about Zaynus. I'm not going to talk about Zaynus and Peter Jackson. I want to talk about my Skysource company and all the candidates I'm thinking of, obviously. I think that's cool to talk about this for this video. And you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Obviously. For the Western Gangster movie, I'm thinking Leonardo DiCaprio, Shia LaBeouf. Shia LaBeouf is most likely chosen for that movie. If Shia LaBeouf is worth under 70 million, I'll pay him 15. He's only worth like 30 million now. I'll pay him if he's worth like 50 million by then, 45 million. I'll pay Shia LaBeouf 15 million bucks. He has value. He did Transformers. So if his age not even he has value, okay, fine. I'll pay him the high end. I'll pay him 50 million salary. That's a good paycheck for Shia LaBeouf. He doesn't get a bonus, obviously, and I'll give him 0.0 like 3% of the profits, which is 10, 13, 14 million dollars in royalties for Shia LaBeouf. So Shia LaBeouf signed a what? He signed like a $29 million deal. It's a good deal for Shia LaBeouf. As in Hollywood, he doesn't make that. He probably makes his 10 million, 8 million for his movies. You see what I'm saying? 7, 8 million for his movies. He's a small A-lister. I heard he only made 5 to like 10 million for Transformers. So I'm saying my company blows out of the water. Yeah, man. I'm thinking Leonardo DiCaprio. Leonardo DiCaprio, I'll pay him his. He's worth $250 million. Pay him 44 million. You can pay Leonardo DiCaprio. Pay him a what? A 20 million salary. Or I can pay him a 28 million salary, and I can pay him a what? $16 million bonus. That's 44 million, I believe, right? Obviously, but no, I'll pay him 20 million bonus, and I'll pay him a $24 million salary, Leonardo DiCaprio. That's a good paycheck for him. You get your $20 million signing bonus, you get your $26 million salary at Star Production. That's a good paycheck for Leonardo DiCaprio. I'll give him $1.5 million in royalties, and I'll give him 0.2% of the profits, which is a good 50, 60, 70 million in royalties, 80 million in royalties for Leonardo DiCaprio. That's a good paycheck for him. He signed his nice 120, 30, 40 million dollar deal, whatever it is. It's a good paycheck for Leonardo DiCaprio. If he wants more money, I'm like, Leonardo, I'm not paying you any more than this. Good enough. You're not Will Smith. You're not Dwayne Johnson. I'm not giving you 0.3, man. If he's worth 300 million, then I'm still not going to give him 0. The only way I'll give an actor 0.3 is if the guy is worth like 30 plus million, man. 320 plus million. Even if you're worth 300 million, I'll still give you 0.2. Because you got to watch out for your cat, man. You got to create room for Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp is a good candidate for that movie. If he's chosen, I'll pay him he's only worth like 150. 100, 150. I'll pay him 37. 22 million salary, 16 million, 14 million bonus. That's a good paycheck for Johnny Depp. 14.9 million bonus, and you give him 0.1% of profits, which is a good 30, 40 million royalties. That's a good. He signed his nice, I don't know, 80, 75 million deal. It's a good paycheck for Johnny Depp, man. It's a good paycheck for him. You see what I'm saying? Huh? As he doesn't make that in Hollywood. Brad Pitt is also good for that movie too. Brad Pitt, I'd pay him 50 because Brad Pitt is just as big as Will Smith and all them. He's big, man. I'd pay him his 15 million salary, 30 million salary, 20 million bonus, 1.5 royalty check, and I'll give him 0.3% of the profits if he's chosen. I might have Brad Pitt perhaps, and Johnny Depp fight for the role perhaps. I could do that if you want. I'm thinking those three are good for the movie. But I only have Leonardo DiCaprio. I'm only thinking Leonardo DiCaprio and what? And Shia LaBeouf. But Brad Pitt and what? And Johnny Depp are good for the movie too. And I might cast one woman actor. I'll have 3 big A's for that movie. You can have Leonardo DiCaprio or Brad Pitt, and you can have one woman actor, or you can have Leonardo DiCaprio, Johnny Depp, and one big woman actor. You can do that. You can have Johnny Depp and Brad Pitt compete for the role if you want, or we'll see what happens, obviously. Obviously, right? You're looking at an amazing movie for that Western gangster movie. So, you see what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Let's talk about The Great Escape, because at the end of the day, even though I'm talking about the Hidden Vamp movie, like, they're unique. The Hidden Vampire movie and Western Gangster movie is a long time from now, guys. 14 plus years from now. 13, 14 plus years from now. The Hidden Vamp movie is a good, I don't know, 15, 16 years from now. It's a long time. They're unique is a good, like, 13, 14 years. Whereas The Great Escape is only, like, 9 years from now, guys. Not too far away. And Zane's is in a couple years. Hence why I always talk about The Great Escape and Zane's the most. Because those movies are not far away from now. Whereas all my other movies it's a long time from now, man. 14, 13 plus years from now. It's a long time. And so I'm not going to focus on those movies for now. You see what I'm saying? For The Great Escape, Keanu Reeves, Scarlett Johansson, and Ben Affleck are most likely the chosen actors for my movie. The three chosen actors for my movie. Three chosen big aces for my movie. I can't picture anyone else better for the role than Keanu Reeves. You know what I'm saying? You can't compete with that. You know what I'm saying? I can't picture anyone better for the role than Keanu Reeves, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? For the role. Samuel Jackson is good for the Big Boss. The only problem with him is his age. He'll be like 80 by then, man. Like 82. He's done, you know what I'm saying? I could save him and have him have a minor role in the movie. I can pay him a couple $1,000,000 if you want. You can have Samuel Jackson have a minor role in the movie if you want, but probably not. You see what I'm saying? That's why I believe Ben Affleck is better for the Big Boss than Samuel Jackson. Because Ben Affleck is perfect for the Big Boss. You know how to, yeah, I know what I'm doing. Ben Affleck is perfect. It's a perfect casting choice for the Big Boss. He has that look of the boss man. You know, he's badass, yeah. He's fucking badass, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Keanu Reeves too. Scarlett Johansson is good for the role too. Like a spy, secret agent. Yeah, she kicks ass. Yeah, and Javier Bardem destroyed the role in Country Road Men, the movie he did back in 2007. That was an amazing movie. He's perfect for the Hitman. I know what I'm doing. And John Krasinski, I can picture him as a secret agent. He's good for that movie too. And Paul Bettany, my God, he's perfect for the Recruiter. He has that like secret, that mysterious look. Yeah, he's perfect for the role, obviously. And Brie Larson, I think, is really good for the movie too. I can picture her as a secret agent too. She has that voice. You know what I'm saying? You can have her be John Krasinski's wife in the movie. I'm saying I think Brie Larson's really good. Brie Larson, I'll pay her. She's worth $25 million now. If she's worth $30 million by then, I'll pay her like 12 million for the role. And I'll give her 0.02% of profits. If she's worth like $29 million, if she's still worth $25 million, and chances are she'll be worth $30+ million in 9 years from now. If she is, because she's going to be doing those Marvel movies. If she is worth over $30 million, I'll pay her more. I'll pay her 12. If Paul Bettany is worth more, Paul Bettany is worth like $30 million, I'll pay him more. I'll pay him as 12. If he's worth $30 million, I can pay him and Brie Larson to 12. Obviously. And John Krasinski, I'll pay him 13, and the other small A's, I'll pay her like 9. That person 9. Because you got to watch for your budget. The chances are Brie Larson might be worth under $30 million in 9 years from now. She might maybe be worth maybe $28 million or something like that. And if she is, I'll pay her. No, $10 million is good enough for her, man. Like even if she's worth $30 million, you can still pay them less. You gotta watch it for your budget, man. I can't be stupid and pay all these people 12. No, because you gotta create room for your biggest actors too. $10 million is a good deal for Brie Larson. I'll pay her $10 million. I'll give her 0.01%. I can give her 0.02% Brie Larson for The Great Escape. If she's worth what I can do for Brie Larson, I can pay her a smaller salary. Pay her 10. Obviously, I can give her 0.02% if she's worth $30 million. If she's worth under, I'll give her 0.01 to keep her happy. Obviously, she signed a nice. I don't know. 0.02% is a good. I don't know 9, 8, 7, 8, 9, 10 million royalties. Chances are more than someone you would buy. I don't know 9 million royalties. Brie Larson signed a nice what? $19 million deal, money that she does not make for Marvel. You see what I'm saying? I told you, there's a high chance Kevin Feige will offer Brie Larson a lot of money for the Avengers in Phase 6, obviously, because Marvel announced their phases. Obviously, they're going to make Avengers. They're making the Marvels, obviously. Captain Marvel 2. High chance Kevin Feige probably offered Brie Larson a good like $7-8 million deal for Marvel 2, for Captain Marvel 2. Because Marvel pays their stars a lot of money, man. They make a lot of money in Marvel. Because Marvel's big, obviously. But I'm easily competing with Hollywood, I'm saying. I'm easily competing with Hollywood. And all these actors for The Great Escape and Zaynus and all them, when they sign contracts for my movie, it's an exclusive contract. Look, man, when you sign this contract, you can only work for my movie. I don't want you doing side projects on the side now when you're distracted. No, it's an exclusive contract. I only want you working for my fucking movie. And after the movie's done, your contract's up, you're more than welcome to go back to Hollywood, being left behind. Don't hate me, you know what I'm saying, and working in Hollywood, obviously. They're gonna Brie Larson and John Krasinski and I'm saying, and Paul Bettany and all them and Keanu Reeves are gonna beg their asses off, obviously. All right, man, I just want to work for you for the rest of my life, man. I don't want to go back to Hollywood. I'm like Brie, like you're in fucking Marvel, man. You got your millions. You're gonna be successful. Ivan, I know, Ivan, my career feels meaningless without you, man. Without you and VJ. You know what I'm saying? My career feels meaningless without you and VJ, Ivan. You know what I'm saying? Your company. You know, once these actors experience my Scotch's company, they're not going to want to go back to Hollywood. They're going to want to work for me until they die. I just want to work for you for the rest of my life. As long as I'm in your movie, my career feels like it's worth a lot. You know what I'm saying? Whereas when I'm in Hollywood, even though I'm successful, I'm making good money on the side tension, my career feels like it's worthless. Yeah. Think about it. Brie Larson, she's a small ace actor. She doesn't show up getting roles. She got cast for Captain Marvel. You know, she got paid a lot of money, you know what I'm saying? She's part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And even then, she'd still rather work for me than work in fucking Marvel. Because my company's better than Hollywood, yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? John Krasinski doesn't show up getting roles, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Keanu Reeves don't show up getting roles. And even then, they're going to beg. Because they'd rather work for me. I'd rather just work for you for the rest of my life till I die. Because they know as long as they're in my movie, their career feels like it's worth a lot. They got paid their rich millions. They got their freedom. They experienced my Scotch's company, their world fame. You know what I'm saying? They're featured on the ad shoots, on my website, the billboards, the trends, the world tour. Their career feels like it's worth a lot. Their commercials, whereas in Hollywood, even though they're in Hollywood and they're successful, their career feels like it's worthless, obviously, because there's a side tension. And I feature the main show. You see what I'm saying? And that's why all the Great Escape actors, Zaynus actors, they're unique actors. You know what I'm saying? The Him That movie actors are all going to beg their ass off if we want to resign them, man. That's something crazy, man. Shia LaBeouf will beg. Leonardo DiCaprio will beg for the Western Gangster. They're going to beg, man. You know what I'm saying? Leonardo DiCaprio doesn't show up getting roles. The guy's a big ace actor, and yet he's going to beg. Ivan, can I be in your Phase 2 Spider-Man trilogy? I'm like, no, Leonardo DiCaprio, you're not good for that movie. You're going to see Shia LaBeouf. Ivan, can I be in your next movie, Ivan? If you guys purchase the rights to Spider, can I be in that movie, Ivan? I'm like, no, Shia LaBeouf, you're not good for that movie. But even then, they're still gonna beg, man, because they'd rather work for me than work in Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? And I paid them more money than how much they make in Hollywood. As Leonardo DiCaprio probably makes on average $20-25 million for his movies, and I just paid him $44 million in bonuses and salaries, obviously, and I gave him 0.2% of the profits. And he struck it rich with, like, I don't know, $7 million in royalties. Yeah, he made, I don't know, it's $50+ million after taxes, Leonardo DiCaprio. Yeah, he'll what? He'd rather work for me. And I gave him his freedom. Because a high chance Leonardo DiCaprio and Shia LaBeouf were the two chosen actors for what? For the Hidden Vapor movie, for the Western Gangster movie. Obviously, was everyone else, you have to send your reels, guys. Obviously. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Obviously. Yeah, I'm going to be very strict. Look, all you Zaynus actors who are excited for my movie, obviously, when you sign the contract for the movie, it's an exclusive contract. You can't be working in Hollywood while you're doing... Because I know in Hollywood, a lot of actors, some actors in Hollywood, what they do is... Some actors in Hollywood, they film multiple movies at the same time. I don't want you doing that for my movie. I want you focused. I don't want you stressed out. I don't want you focused. I need you focused on my movie. It's an exclusive contract. So Keanu Reeves, Scarlett Johansson, when they sign that contract for my movie, it's an exclusive contract. Guys, I don't want you doing other projects in Hollywood. No, I want you focused. You're more than welcome to go to events in Hollywood, Go on Jimmy Fallon show. You know what I'm saying? Go on Hollywood Reporter. Go to events. You're more than happy to do that, obviously, as long as it does not affect your schedule of the movie project. So if you have to train, you know, if you're training in Los Angeles, you're more than welcome to what? To go to events while you're training in Los Angeles, obviously, or training in Vancouver. When you're training in Vancouver, they can't. If they have events in Hollywood, they can't go to the events because they can go to the events if it's on the weekends. Look, man, you guys get your weekends off while you're training the second year for the Great Escape. If you have events in Hollywood during the weekends, you're more than welcome to go to the events in Hollywood. Obviously, if you want to go to those events, you have to pay with your own money. I'm not paying for it. You see what I'm saying? Here? If you want to go to an event in Hollywood, go to Hollywood Reporter, go on Jimmy Fallon show in Los Angeles. You have to pay for your own flights. I pay your bonus. You can easily what? You guys are already rich. You can easily pay your bills. You see what I'm saying? You have to if they look, man. If you want to go to like an event in Hollywood while you're working on a movie, you're more than welcome to go. The only time I will not allow the actors to go to events, obviously, go to events while during the project is during production, obviously. When production starts, the actors can't go anywhere. They have to work. They have to film, obviously. Whereas during pre-production, if there's an event during the weekend, the actors are more than welcome to go to the events in Hollywood and Los Angeles if they want to. But they have to pay with their own money, man. I'm not paying for you. See what I'm saying? You have to pay with your money. See what I'm saying? Ivan, I can't afford it. Okay, well then don't go. That's all the actors can easily afford. All these actors have money. All Hollywood actors are rich. They have money in their account. They're rich people, man. Yeah, man. Obviously. Yeah. Brie Larson is what? There's a good chance by the time I do the Great Escape movie, like, Captain Marvel will probably be done, obviously. There'll be no more Captain Marvel. But who knows? You know what I'm saying? If Brie Larson, if I want to have Brie Larson casted for what? Casted for my Great Escape movie, and Kevin Feige wants her to do the Marvel movie. Brie Larson's gonna have to make Brie. You're gonna have to make a choice. It's either you what? It's either you're in my movie, you know what I'm saying, or you have to choose my movie or Marvel. It's your choice. And then Brie Larson chooses my movie. Obviously, yeah, I'd rather work for Ivan than work in fucking Marvel. Yeah, my company's better than fucking Hollywood. Yeah, man. But chances are, if she had scheduling conflicts, obviously, chances are Kevin Feige would just delay his Marvel movie. Okay, Brie, you can be in Ivan's movie. We'll just delay the project. After you film the movie, we'll have you film scenes for what? Film scenes for film the Captain Marvel movie. You can do that. You know what I'm saying? You can find a way to work it out with Marvel, which you can do, obviously. The high chance Brie Larson is chosen for the great. I think she's really, really good for that. She has that secret agent look. She's really, really good for that movie. And have her be John Krasinski's wife in the movie. She'll be young. Brie Larson is in her 30s now. She's like 35 right now. 34. She'll be like in her early 40s. Don't hate me, you know what I'm saying? She'll be in her early 40s. She'll still be young. John Krasinski will be like 50. Yeah, you can have her be John Krasinski's wife in the movie. And my deal for Brie Larson is $10 million for her. And I'll give her 0.01 or 0.02% of the profits. Because I'm not going to pay her more than Paul Bettany. Paul Bettany is worth about the same amount of money as her. But Paul Bettany will have a bigger role to play than her, obviously. Well, they're both major characters. But Paul Bettany, I think I'm going to pay him more. I'll pay Brie Larson 10, and I'll give her 0.01. That's good enough for her. She signed a nice, I don't know, she signed a nice like 15, 16, 17 million deal with the royalties. That's a good paycheck for Brie Larson. She gets her $2,000 royalty check. And she gets her like $100,000, $200,000 worth of speaking fee. That's a good deal for Brie Larson. If she's greedy and she wants like 15 million, I'm like, Brie, I'm not paying you any more than $10 million. That's good enough. As in Hollywood, you make on average probably $3-4 million for your movies. $10 million is good enough, and I'll give you 0.01 or even 0.02% of the profits to keep you happy. Obviously, that is my final offer. If you want, I'm like, Brie, I'm not gonna pay you more than John Krasinski. He's worth more than you. I'm paying John 13. I'm not going to pay you more than John. I'll pay you 10. That's good enough. And I'll give you 0.01, 0.02% of the profits. It's a good deal. All right, it's a deal. Yeah, I'll give you a good deal. As you only made, I don't know, $5 million for Captain Marvel. That's a good deal. If you don't like, you know, say, well, yeah, but Ivan, I made $10 million for the sequel of Captain Marvel. I'm like, Brie, if you don't like my offer, I'm going to keep saying this. If Skysource is not good enough for you, Bree, you're more than welcome to go back to working in Marvel. You'll make your money, obviously, but you're gonna go back to being a side tension, being a dirty slave, and eating that shitty food. If you don't like my offer, I mean, look, man, if you don't like my offer, you're more than welcome to work in Hollywood. I'm not stopping you. I can cast someone else. It's a deal, Ivan. Yes, I'm giving you a good fucking deal, man. If you don't like my offer, you're more than welcome to work in Hollywood. If you don't like my offer, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm gonna be very, very strict, obviously. I'm gonna be strict with John Krasinski too. If 13 million isn't good enough for you, John, and you want like 20, I'm not paying you 20. You're more than welcome to work in Hollywood if you like my offer. I'm gonna say, oh, Ivan, it's a deal. Yeah, I'm giving you a good deal. Same goes for Paul Bettany. If he wants like 15 million, I'm like, Paul, I'm not paying you 15. 11.5 is good enough, and 0.01% of the profits is good enough. If you don't like my offer, Paul, you're more than welcome to work in Hollywood. You signed a nice, I don't know, $17.5 million deal, $16.5 million deal. That's good enough. As in Hollywood, you don't make this. You make your like 5 million, 4 million for your movies. It's a deal, Ivan. Yes, I'm giving you a good deal. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Hence why all actors from all levels in Hollywood are going to desperately network with the Zanus actors. You know what I'm saying? All the actors chosen for my 5 movies are all going to desperately beg their ass off for me to be signed because Skysource is buried in Hollywood and they were saved. They don't want to be left behind. Even the big, powerful actors are going to beg. Guys like Will Smith, Dwayne Johnson, Mark Wahlberg, Chris Hemsworth, Natalie Portman, Angelina Jolie, you know what I'm saying? Keanu Reeves, Ben Affleck, Scarlett Johansson, even those actors are going to beg their ass off if we want to be signed them because my company is buried in Hollywood and they were saved. They experienced the international glory and fame with God, obviously, with the two gods, me and VJ. And they want to have that feeling forever. They want to have that feeling until they die, hence why they're going to beg, obviously. And they'd rather work for me and VJ than work in Hollywood. At the same time, Skysource is buried in Hollywood, obviously, and what? Yeah, in other words, to end it off here, once all these actors chosen for my 5 movies experience my Skysource company like that Gran Turismo picture I showed you, unheard of technology for my company, obviously, and it's that fame, they're going to be like, holy shit, they're not going to want to go back to Hollywood. Yeah, that's how top notch my Skysource company is. Anyways, that's it for this video. I'm going to bed, upload this video, and I'll enjoy this show after you guys. Ivan Amir, I'm signing out. Peace.